If you are listening to this, it is because you suspect that something in your life has fundamentally broken. Maybe the career you built for 20 years vanished overnight. Maybe the woman you thought was your teammate became a stranger. Maybe you looked in the mirror this morning and didn't recognize the man looking back. The world will tell you that you are having a crisis. They will tell you to go to therapy, to talk about your feelings, to find balance. They will give you a diagnosis of depression or anxiety or burnout. I am here to give you a different diagnosis. You are not having a crisis. You are experiencing a system failure. The operating system you have been running your life on, the hustle, the people-pleasing, the validation-seeking, has finally crashed. And that crash is not a tragedy. It is not the end. It is the most important tactical advantage you will ever be given. Because you cannot renovate a house that is on fire. You have to let it burn, clear the ashes, and build something fireproof in its place. My name is Acusio Bivona. I am the resurrection coach. And this is the protocol for building a life that cannot be burned down again. Let's talk about the mechanics of a collapse. Most men think rock bottom is a single event. The divorce papers, the firing. But true rock bottom, what I call the polycrisis, is a synchronized demolition. November 2023. I want to take you to the exact moment my system failed. On the surface, I was Coach Kuz. I was the guy helping everyone else. I had the certifications, I had the smile, I had the answers. But underneath, I was running on a bankrupt operating system. First, the relationship, the cornerstone. It didn't end with a fight. It ended with a ghost, an avoidant discard on November 1st that left me with no closure, no explanation, and the silence so loud it felt like physical violence. My brain couldn't compute it. I was trying to solve an emotional problem with logic, and it was frying my circuits. Then the career. I had tied my entire identity to a contract, a 7-figure deal I didn't own. I was the expert, but I wasn't the owner. When the leadership fumbled that deal, my paycheck didn't just disappear. My name disappeared. If I'm not the high performance coach on this team, who am I? Then, the body. My mom called. Cancer. Round 3. The one woman who had always been the bedrock was now fighting for her life, and I was too weak to be the pillar she needed. And finally, the brotherhood. The people I thought were my shield wall, the ones I thought would stand in the gap, they vanished, caught in their own moral failures, their own affairs, their own chaos. So there I was, November 12th, the kitchen floor. I want you to visualize this. A grown man, a fitness expert, physically unable to stand up because the weight of the grief was heavier than any deadlift. I was sobbing, not crying, heaving. And in that moment, I had a choice. I could try to fix it. I could make a plan. I could hustle harder. Or I could surrender. I chose surrender. I said, God, I cannot do this. You have to take it. That wasn't giving up. That was the first moment of truth I had spoken in 10 years. That was the death of the old man and the birth of the resurrection. So, why did this happen? Why do high-achieving men who can build businesses and run teams, find themselves on the floor? It is not because you are weak. It is because you are insolvent. I discovered a concept on that floor called the integrity gap. Imagine you have a bank account, but instead of money, the currency is self-trust. Every time you say, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. and you hit snooze, that is a withdrawal. $10. Every time you say, I'm going to stop drinking, and you have a beer, withdrawal, $50. Every time you say, I'm fine, when you are dying inside, withdrawal, $100. For 20 years, I have been writing checks my soul couldn't cash. I was a people pleaser. Do you know what people pleasing is? It is lying. It is telling someone what they want to hear so they will like you, instead of telling the truth so you can respect yourself. By November 2023, my self-trust account was overdrawn by $1 million. When the crisis hit, I tried to write a check for resilience. I tried to say I can handle this, but my soul bounced the check. Insufficient funds. This is why you are stuck. You are trying to motivate yourself. You are watching videos, listening to podcasts, trying to get fired up. You cannot motivate your way out of debt. You have to pay it back. You have to rebuild your integrity, one brick, $1, one promise at a time. So how do we rebuild? We stop trying to be heroes. We start becoming accountants. The resurrection protocol is built on a simple biological truth. Action precedes belief. You can't think your way into a new identity. You have to act your way into it. You have to build evidence. The morning after my breakdown, I didn't run a marathon. I didn't start a new business. I read one chapter of the Bible. 1 Kings chapter 3. Solomon asking for wisdom. That was it. But I did it. And because I did it, I made a $1 deposit into my account. Then I drank a glass of water. $1 deposit. Then I did 10 push-ups. $1 deposit. This is protocol 0. For the man listening to this who feels paralyzed, stop looking at the mountain. Look at your feet. I need you to make one unbreakable promise today. Not, I will fix my marriage. That's too big. You can't control that. The promise is, I will drink a gallon of water today. Or I will not look at her social media for 24 hours. Why physical? Because your body is the only piece of territory you still command. When you lose your job, your wife, your status, you still own your breath. You still own your muscles. We use the physical to jumpstart the spiritual. Every rep is a prayer. Every walk is a sermon. Every time you keep a promise to your body, you are proving to your spirit that you are back in charge. Here is where we are going. The goal of this podcast, the goal of my work, is not to get you back to normal. Normal is what got you here. Normal is broken. The goal is sovereignty. A sovereign man is a man whose validation comes from within, not from without. He doesn't need his wife to tell him he's good. He knows he is good because he keeps his promises. He doesn't need a job title to tell him he's valuable. He knows he is valuable because he is the Son of God and a man of discipline. The resurrection is the process of burning away everything that wasn't you. The people-pleasing, the fear, the ego, so that the sovereign man can stand up. It hurts. It is fire. But as we will talk about in future episodes, the fire is not there to kill you. The fire is there to forge you. We're going to go deep in this show. We are going to talk about the biology of fear, the theology of suffering, the tactics of divorce. We are going to do the work that your friends are too polite to tell you to do. But for today, your mission is simple. Conduct the integrity audit. Look at your balance sheet. Stop lying about the debt and make one deposit, one small, unbreakable promise. If you are ready to do this work, not just listen to it, but do it, then you are in the right place. This is the Resurrection Podcast. My name is Acusio Bivona. Welcome to the fight.